Our friend Matt Lauer had the great luck and good fortune in life to have been a friend of Muhammad Ali and remained a friend later in life. Matt was close as well to members of the Ali extended family. And tonight for us, Matt Lauer has a look back.
I am the king of the world.
Hold it, hold it, hold it.
I'm pretty.
Hold it, you're not that pretty.
I'm a bad man.
He called himself the greatest. He was both adored and at times scorned.
He had a lot of threats against him.
But with superior skill and a unique style of boxing, Muhammad Ali became a cultural icon.
Oh, I'm so great. Oh, I'm so great.
Angelo Dundee, Ali's trainer and cornerman for over 21 years, passed away in 2012, but was with Ali during some of his most memorable fights.
All he had to do was put a mic in his puss. He was sensational. I mean, he was so good, Muhammad.
Muhammad Ali was born Cassius Clay on January 17, 1942, in Louisville, Kentucky. When he was 12 years old, his bicycle was stolen. He was so angry that he vowed to whoop whomever stole it. That determination propelled Clay to win 2 national Golden Glove titles and qualify for the U.S. team at the 1960 Olympics in Rome.
I met Cassius in 1958. In 58, he told me he was going to win the Olympics. He won the Olympics in 60.
Clay wore his gold medal for 2 days straight, though he would later throw it into the Ohio River, disillusioned by his second-class treatment when he returned home. With the Olympics behind him, he began his professional boxing career. His first big test was against heavyweight champion Sonny Liston. It was also the first time many would hear Clay's effortless ability to compose a rhyme.
If you like to lose your money, then be a fool and bet on Sunday.
Liston was heavily favored, but in the end, Clay proved prophetic.
They might be stopping it. That might be all.
At 22 years old, Clay became the youngest heavyweight champion.
I shook up the world. I shook up the world.
He quickly shook up the world again by announcing he had joined the Nation of Islam and changed his name.
Cassius Clay was my slave name. I'm no longer a slave. Hey, Cassius,
Ali's declaration became a lightning rod, with many refusing to acknowledge his new name.
Why would you say that?
But Howard Cosell, a rising sportscaster, fiercely defended Ali's decision, saying they wanted another Joe Louis, a white man's black man. Instead, they got Ali, a man who would not conform, regardless of the consequences. At the height of the Vietnam War, Ali refused to serve, declaring himself a conscientious objector and famously saying, "I ain't got no quarrel with them Viet Cong."
This is his choice, and, you know, every man has a choice to his own religion and beliefs.
Convicted of draft evasion, he was stripped of his heavyweight title and banned from boxing.
Muhammad teaches us.
For the next 3 years, he traveled around the country, preaching the principles of Islam and speaking out on race relations.
We black people in America are fighting the same common enemy.
In 1970, his conviction was overturned, and Ali, now 30 years old, was allowed back into the ring.
Who do y'all think the champ is?
With a couple of wins under his belt, his next opponent, current heavyweight champion Joe Frazier.
An explosive left to the jaw, and Muhammad Ali goes down.
Ali suffers his first professional defeat. Determined to reclaim the title, he trains harder than ever, and epic fights soon followed. In Zaire, the rumble in the jungle. Ali wins the title back. Then the Thrilla in Manila, the third and final fight with Frazier.
This is Muhammad Ali at his very best.
Ali would eventually become boxing's first 3-time heavyweight champion. And in 1981, with 56 wins and only 5 losses, he retires at the age of 39. His agility and speech pattern now noticeably different.
Didn't realize how scientific and quick it was.
Just 3 years after retiring, Ali was diagnosed with Parkinson's. And for the rest of his life, that disease would affect his movements and eventually silence his voice.
I believe all of you remember Muhammad's pre-Parkinson's days when he moved millions with his vibrant voice and his poetic expression.
The greatest.
His surprise appearance at the 1996 Olympics would move the world once again.
Oh, my!
3.5 billion people watched as the champ delivered another great moment.
This was a moment where the whole world was saying, thank you.
Ali was married 4 times, including current wife Lonnie, his partner for more than 25 years. He also had 9 children, 7 daughters and 2 sons, all of them he called a gift from God. Ali wrote that he'd like to be remembered as a man who tried to be a good father, who stood up for his beliefs. Muhammad Ali, the greatest.
Those of you who generationally may be new to the life and times